round the back, trying to abuse these weapons, but these are perfectly placed smoke grenades to deny them some rhythmic shooting from Brolan. Will not yield any results. We've seen this quite commonly as well. T's moving very close and behind that smoke. Common occurrence here on train at the moment. Brolan taking risks, being up on the high ground, but he's managed to get 2 kills and he's still alive. 2 versus 3 though. He's got to find more from this to try and double peek him, and if they will prevail, Twist now alone with the defuse kit and the smoke grenade. 21 HP, got to switch out for a new gun, running out of bullets. Not running out of time just yet, but he's not far away from that. Scream on default, Twist jumping around. He's not going to get a chance to get his smoke out. Never mind, get a kill or win the rounds. And the pistol goes to Envy.
It was a good try. I like the smokes. Those 2 smokes seem to allow players like Haji to push up to that position, which is becoming more and more common. Watching the flank is obviously key. That's 2 players down. Then you have the bomb planner, and then 2 others who kind of work on flex to try to get a kill if they can. And the way that round ended up, it seemed like that's kind of the best case scenario for the way they played it. So now we have Deagles. Armor buy on everybody from GODSENT, and they've somehow afforded a UMP as well.
Twist hungry for information, but he must know that Pop will be protected, so he won't overextend, just waiting for them to come to him, and he'll make use of that advantage, get a kill, and back off. Not trying to retrieve a weapon, the kill's the important thing. Dopplan looking for some info, the Scream is ready with a superior angle. Pop flash from the CTs, and that will stop in advance. They don't know if there's more than 1 person there. Now we have Haji and Co. Haji and Kyo moving up the IV position. Can they cut the bomb sites in half though? Looks like they might be able to. They've still got a player above the Pop Dog, but I'm sure eventually he'll go down there. In the meantime, Kishima will advance with the Mac 10, try and cut these numbers down, leaving Freddy B alone with the Deagle. Nice shot from him, 1 versus 2. Can he get another headshot? He can't.
It was close. We were rooting for it. It was good crosshair placement on the first kill. Envy come away with 2 alive, but it was a force for GODSENT, so they know they can farm here. Now they've got to make the decision. How many SMGs do we want to buy? And they're really racking up the Mac 10s. There's a couple of nades from the GODSENT players. It's kind of tricky to try to nade T-Con effectively, because if you throw it over the train, it lands a little high. You don't get that full 50 out. But there it is. The first 3 go right over, and they get a kill as well.
Grenade. Granate. Scream in a similar position. Instant headshot from him, and Haji jumping to avoid a headshot of his own, but he hasn't quite checked his corner. Twist with the knife kill. That bonus money for the AWP, you love to see it.
It's the sweetest knife spot, isn't it? We saw Get Right play that exact same angle on the full eco, and it's weird because it's kind of right out in the open. If anybody runs out of T-Con, they're going to see you, but to catch players crossing Ivy seems to work 100% of the time.
Nice. Much needed money from Twist. Just gives him money for the AWP and Kevlar, so serious business, even with a knife. With the blade. So he'll take a angle towards upper B, and he will be unchallenged. Proven himself on the previous map to be a very fast sniper player. This is one angle you could opt for. You could go to the deep left as well, and you have a gap to see when people move down into lower B or come towards you. Different strokes, different folks, and Twist is out of there. He is miles away now towards connector. Got to be careful of a boost here, however. No sniper on the T side, so it would surely favour him. And Envy line up for an execute. Bomb being given to Scream. Notice it won't hit the floor. No sound cues given away, but he is the man to try and get the bomb down. So here comes the push eventually. 3 on the sidewalk position. Very tight angle, but Brennan gets nothing out of it. In another day, in another round, he gets all 3 kills, maybe. Fighting for control of the site. Hampus around the back. Picks off Happy. Very bold position around that smoke. Now Kyo starts to advance towards CT Spawn, but Dopplan's ready for him. 2 versus 3. Scream still in a default position where he planted the bomb. 6 and 0 for the time being as Scream, but where's he got 8 in him? There's number 7. Now Freddy B up top in the smoke. Scream will try to disappear, but it will be Freddy B's round.
Good on Freddy to take that call to action, jump up on the train. It's coming down to the wire. Wow, that's a green light plant, it seems. Very close call. I think Brawlin actually kind of messed up where he was sitting in between the bomb train and Pop, and he looked upper, and that got him killed. But he also got flanked by someone pushing through the smoke, so maybe he was dead no matter what. But either way, GODSENT put a round on the board at least, so. Full buyout from ENVYUS. AKs across the board, full nasets on 2 and 3 players. And a straight up default as GODSENT get oriented in all their favorite spots. They've got control of ladder, which is a big one. And since there's no op, Ivy will be a little bit weaker. That is a missed smoke. Or it could be a smoke they throw on purpose just to clear up the top of Ivy.
Yeah, it's a smoke you diverted out of. You see the questions being asked from the CT side, but what will Envy choose to do? Haji walking out of the smoke in the meantime towards the Ivy position, and Brolan is on his way over there. There we go. Haji unable to get that kill. But RPK will do one better towards the B bomb site. The bomb's still been left in a passive position, so GODSENT don't really have an idea as to what exactly might be happening. Maybe wrapped towards B perhaps. One player in the pop dog for GODSENT. Freddy B at the headshot angle, but they're to the left, 3 versus 4 now in favor of Envy, and it's getting even better for them. Dopplan around the bomb train though, cuts Happy to pieces. So it's 2 on 2, 25 seconds to plant this bomb, and it's down to Dopplan, down to Kiyashima, and Dopplan will prevail. Another expensive round for GODSENT, but that's 2 for 2. Well, 2 in a row.
Very expensive. ENVYUS are probably going to buy here. You can only imagine. They saw 2 1v1s. They know GODSENT have broke the bank on this last round especially, and they're going to realize that GODSENT aren't going to have a lot to work with. Yep, they're going for the 2 AKs, 1 CZ. And what do we have on the last 2 players? They actually haven't spent all their money. RPK's only still on the clock. Interesting. Are they really hedging their bets here?
Happy waiting for it. Something to collect, perhaps. An MP9. Fast fire rate, reasonable jumping accuracy. But it's not him who needs to avoid getting headshot at the moment. It's some of his teammates, RPK and Haji. No Kevlar whatsoever. Same could be said for Dopplan with no helmet. No noise, no sound being given away by either side. Kishima trying to pick a good time to walk out and find out some information, and from information he found, an RPK will trade. 2 plays left now for GODSENT. This time it's Brolan delivering. Brolan and Hampus remain. Rotations towards the B bomb site, but the pop dog player is close enough to hear this, so Brolan will rotate all the way through CT, maximum range. One player moving to the high ground, a Molotov down. Sorry, there's no Molotov for Envy, is what I meant to say. RPK will plant the bomb now, and he knows he's surrounded. Can't get the crosshair in the right place. Not this time. And it's another round for GODSENT. Looking scary, though.
Yeah, looking very scary. I liked how it was initially played in the 2v2. Both players spotted. They ran down the ramp. RPK drops a smoke behind him, and then Happy picks up the flank immediately. But Hampus didn't bite. He played it slowly, and now recovers an M4. So they've got great guns here. The plant works in the favor of ENVYUS. They did save enough to be able to buy again because of those 2 players who are unarmored. But was that what they were trying to set themselves up for on this round? It looks like they did, yeah. So 4 AKs here. A very strong buy. But with GODSENT's 2 saves and the recycled good guns they got, I don't know. It still doesn't match up perfectly. Wow, that's a very interesting smoke.
Oh, it's a dangerous adventure from RPK. Surely Hampus has the advantage here. RPK looking for it though. Hampus is just trying to remain quiet, but RPK is very smart indeed. Scream gets picked up towards the IV position in the meantime, but Haji is also there. Dopplan's going to rotate his position. They could choose to defend Ivy from inside the site, but instead they're going to put 3 people towards the B-bomb site. And there's Twist taken down by Haji. Sorry, Twist taking Haji down. I'm awake, don't worry. 4 versus 3 now in favor of GODSENT. 2 players above B. And the carnage around Ivy continues. And they're going to send more CT players there, GODSENT. But they've got 2 in B. Freddie B looking for a lot of information, but it will be a long rotation once he sees nobody there.
Yeah, I think it's just like what you were talking about. If there's a gentleman's agreement that this is not what you're supposed to do, then you can get away with it sometimes. And there's RPK trying to disrespect the smoke as well, but Brolin is right there, ready and waiting.
That might be some information for GODSENT as they have a heightened focus now on the B bomb side. The bomb, though, has crossed to the train itself, so the default point will be in. And Freddie B's investigation towards Ivy will now turn into a flank as he makes his way into main, it seems. I'm wondering what his game plan is here, because the bomb is planted on B. It's a slow approach from main, but he's making his way to connector now. Was there some confusion as to where the bomb was planted? I'm not really sure, but 2 players left. Kishima gets taken down, and it's Happy with the Molotov this time on the high ground, and a HG grenade to follow up. And that might just win them the rounds. Is there time to defuse? There isn't.
Looks like the kid was upstairs, and they had no smoke to guise the plant, so GODSENT don't win the round. But they did kill 5. That's actually a big win. Again, we have a similar buy to what we had last round. Here's that opening kill from RPK. The second attempt was kind of interesting. Brolin just decided to strafe right back out, assuming they wanted to hit the B site. But yeah, that was weird how they hung out outside. It seemed like maybe they were on full happy alert for him to expect him to come down a ladder.
Only 2 of them alive.
That's the thing, yeah. It would have been a crazy flank.
Yeah, it was an unusual situation. The scanning around main when the bomb was planted on B, but here we are. Envy in the lead now. Still a buy for GODSENT, but Hampus has a scout. Twist is only on a CZ, so we are seeing shortcomings in the economy. Same could be said on a T side. Scream with the Deagle. Although many channels with narrow angles for him to deal with, so maybe we'll see some headshots from Scream in this round. Kishima holding an angle of his own towards that IV position, and Dopland's creeping on top of the train. Down one ladder. Will he go up the other one? Perhaps not. Perhaps. It's been spotted though, as the grenades will tell you.
Getting very aggressive here.
2 players in main. Yeah, he just won't stop.
Jesus.
But maybe he'll have to now, trying to get around E-box and falling back. There is a player in Pop Dog, but what is a play from Envy? 40 seconds remain, and they're still just hanging out.
They've expelled a lot of utility here, but they haven't actually taken it yet. And Disco's also got a pretty aggressive angle on T-Con, so they've held on to map control. There's 20 seconds left. They've got to make a decision. It looks like it's going to be inner as well as they all congregate towards the site.
Brian waiting for a push here. 15 seconds for Envy. This may not have gone the way they planned. Does he focus on the smoke? Does he focus on the site? Bomb's getting planted. Kishima in position now, but taken out. Brolan doing a lot of damage. And finally, the bomb will get planted. But now it's a 2 versus 4. And they don't last very long at all. 4 players surviving for GODSENT. AKs to be collected. It's a good situation for them now. Or a better one, at least.
Seemed like they were forced into GODSENT's hand there by going inside. All of the pressure that was put on T-Con and ladder, I think it seemed to Envy as though they would be able to get a kill before having to execute, but GODSENT did a good job of not giving that up. And it's interesting though, they were timid at ladder and they didn't want to fall, even though their totem pole drop from the round before was perfect. Killed Freddy, no trade.
1 AK for 3 CZs and a Deagle. Is it the hero AK?
He has to aim lower than that. Oh, there we go.
Only one kill there in Pop Dog, and that's the second AK-47 collected. Envy is suddenly a lot more dangerous, even though they are at a man deficit. 2 AKs per side, but 2 more M4s to boot on Team GODSENT. Haji looking for a flank. 1 minute 20. Envy not afraid to play slow, but it won't always go the way they want it to, especially if they don't exhaust the late utility of GODSENT. Hampus still carrying full grenades. And there is his smoke being deployed into the pop dog. Give him some cover while he looks towards main. Envy are just waiting for a mistake, for an overextension, for some information. And the grenades keep coming from GODSENT, and Envy keep on waiting.
This is kind of a tell that they molly out the ladder. It seems to Envy now. Well, they might not push, so.
GODSENT gambling now. It seems they might think it's a B, but they want to keep some cover towards A. Scream was a big frag there, but can they get the bomb down? 27 seconds left, no grenades, no smokes, no nothing for Envy. They don't have control of Ivy. There is Twisters in the camera position as well. The stop sign, and it's a gamble back towards the B bomb site. So these are rough rounds for Team Envy, but can they even get the bomb down at this point? Happy's taken out. Haji picks up the AK-47, but can the bomb go down? The 3 CTs are looking to crush him immediately, so very long and drawn out round from Envy, and they get a plant out of it, but not a lot more.
At least they get that. It seems like their money's been in shambles these past few rounds, so that might be somewhat of a saving grace, or it might infect them, because I think that they have some bad buying habits, and this might encourage a poor decision. But it seems like they're going to be responsible here, only spend a little bit on pistols, save for a full buy. Finally forfeit the game of economic chicken they were playing throughout the half.
Perhaps things will calm down now for GODSENT in the last European game of the day. They've lost 2, they've won 1. Envy waiting out the grenades for the time being. Moving around the map. We will have to wait to see what they can do. Smokes up for the GODSENT side. They've got 3 more smokes in the hole, so doing a good job of holding on to their utility, GODSENT. Freddy B pop flashed into A main. But where are the T's? No T's in A main. Could be one lurking outside. There is danger involved in finding that out, but it's 3 walking up the IV position, or 2 while Scream holds an angle from far, but I'm sure he'll catch up to them. Ooh, Freddy B in the meantime is flanking towards the B bomb site, so how quickly will he see this information? They've got Brolan upper B already, and now they've got Freddy B, who might end up flanking Pop Dog, but they need to start moving towards the A site. However, with no eyes on Ivy, GODSENT have taken a gamble here, and it might be difficult for them to get back into position. Now Haji gets that kill. Does he rotate towards B? 30 seconds left, but the bomb is on the opposite side, so maybe he tries to draw players away, but he'll go down for free with his knife out, and there goes Happy as well. So again, this is a slow, drawn-out round from Envy. They are mostly pistols though, but a bomb plant would be great. If they don't get that, then this might be deemed a failure. Down goes Twist. RPK with the AWP. Crosshair in the right place, but he can't get the kill on that occasion. No bomb plant for Envy either.
Look close. That was a very strange round. But again, I mean, if you leave these Swedish teams will always go and get information, or no matter what, and that's really the problem about on an eco round when you can't hold for pushes because you've only got pistols, but then you want to try to pull off a lurk, and it can get a little bit random. Kill ladder was a big find, but everyone coming out of Ivy didn't really have a lot going for them without whether or not they realized it. Good Molotov to shy the Opera away, deny some information early on. And here's that full buy we were looking for. Happy, great reaction. Killing Freddy B at Sandwich. That's an important player outside.
Yeah, really nice stuff from him, but how many more can he get out of this? The CT's wildly repositioning and somehow still getting the kill. 4 versus 3, 2 snipers still alive for GODSENT. That was a significant grenade. Scream will throw on in response. The bomb moving up Ivy. Not firing the gun though, and that would have been a tell because nobody was there to face for GODSENT. Maybe hoping that somebody from Envy would fire an AK in panic if they were there. So GODSENT may feel like they've got more time on the clock indeed. Twist will ignore Ivy for the time being to his demise, but Hampus is there to trade. Bomb now moving towards the A site, but there's absolutely no cover from his teammate. Haji trying to figure out where are these CTs, can I even plant the bomb here? Spots one at the back in Old Train. But Hampus will take him down. Double peek from the CTs and Connector, and the round is in the bag for GODSENT.
Envy is seemingly compromised outside by taking Ivy in that situation, but because the CT spots were so passive inside of Z doubled up, there was really no way for them to follow up and get a kill. which they wanted to before they went for the plant. I mean, if somebody had put the bomb down, you would have expected those two players to push out a Z, and then with only one person able to aim, certainly they would have gotten overrun. So it's probably a good setup for GODSENT, considering they had lost control of Ivy, and now they have a new problem. 2 ops on the field for GODSENT. Envy will only upgrade some pistols, and they're kind of back to the drawing board. It looks like the half is it's getting away from them, James.
It may well be. It's been a struggle for Envy on this T side so far. And they will respond with CZ75s, 4 of them, with Scream on a P250. 1 smoke, 2 flashes, and 1 Molotov. There goes the smoke, there goes the flash. Freddy B closing the distance. How far will he go though? There's a flash from his teammate, and Happy will get taken down. 1 player in Pop, 1 player in Olof, and Kiyoshima will trade, and Hampus is there to keep the gun out of their hands. That's a great shot from Brolan, as most of RPK's body was hidden. Scream, I think, the shot through his teammate. Indeed, he gets the wrong kind of assist. That leaves him alone versus 3, and the grenade spam keeps on coming. Okay. And there's a minute 20 on the clock here, so Hampus may have overextended, because this is winnable for Scream. Yes, there's a smoke down, but he can simply wait. And Doplan, he's making his way towards main, trying to cover as much as possible, so Scream's got the 1 versus 1. But Brolan is so close on the deep left position that it's not going to be easy for Scream to deal with. Oh, he's seen the gun, and there it is. Picking up the AK-47 now. Where is Doplan? He has a smoke. He could smoke off the bomb to collect it. Going to molly the back, but will he have the smoke there as well? 40 seconds. A very fast shoulder peek, trying to bait out a shot from Doplan. But Doplan's hiding behind the train. The Molotov tells a story. Doplan's out in the open. A few shots, 30 seconds, going back towards E-Box. Scream continues to jump around. Now he's in Pop Dog, but Scream hasn't seen him. And there's a shot from Doplan, and now Scream can plant back train. 19 seconds. He hasn't even collected the bomb in all this time, and that's going to be to his demise. How did he miss the bomb? That's such a problem for Scream.
I know, he could have just gone for the plant if he had it. And
yeah, he probably thought he did have it.
That might have been it, that he ran over it but wasn't close enough.
That's so unlucky, especially with a shot like that.
Could have completed that clutch, would have been an instant classic. And I think the surprising part also was that when he got top train, Doplan had the gall to cross all the way into the ladder in a very, very tight situation where he could have got peeked. So it was very brave of him, but smart in the 1v1.
8-4. Double sniper rifles continue. Hampus completely blind. Getting the kill and surviving. Kiyoshima, position unexpected. Twist turns, but not fast enough. There's a smoke down towards Ivy. That may help the bomb go down, but they need players alive. 4 versus 2. Now Haji will take up the post from Kiyoshima, and Happy's running distraction in the meantime. But they're looking for him, Haji. And there it is, they found it. And they found the bomb. Happy going for the 1-tap, can't quite land the mark. Double peek, and Freddy will win the duel. Another round in the bag for GODSENT.
That was a team flash, unfortunately, on Haji. He could have activated a lurk from behind the train. But here's a big thing about this half so far is that the players outside, like Freddy here, is fragging. They're fragging. They're fragging really hard, and they're playing multiple positions. They're using their utility and cover extremely well and being extremely effective. And it's once again going to get harder. 2 ops and an auto sniper outside with 2 AKs. This is the ultimate buy, I feel like, on CT side. Oh, it's actually an M4 as well, so not quite perfect. Team main control to top it off.
Nasty surprises and waits for Envy. If they even make it that far, Freddy B might not allow them to. And there it is, the auto sniper towards the Ivy position. Good for the 1 kill. Freddy B is very close by, so if they try to venture forward as Scream is, his aim better be on point, and it is, of course. Giving Envy a fighting chance. Drop the bomb. I'm not sure how much of the bomb it might have been seen in the initial engagement with the auto sniper. Now they make a run back towards main. If somebody was in that Olaf position or sandwich position, they might hear the running there, but nobody is. However, Envy don't know that, so that may affect how they play this out in this minute that they have remaining.
Tough playing a man down, knowing that they just peeked into T-Con. You want to reclaim some map control, but you also don't want to get lurked on. You've also got to fight against the clock. Everything's really stacked against you. One man in sandwich now, and an op in Z to catch the walkout. You'd like to lurk as far as you can, but he's not the only one. Twist is there, being very aggressive with his AWP as well.
Pistol round becomes more and more valuable for both sides. GODSENT for a quick closeout, and Envy for a comeback. They could entirely have a strong, the kind of strong CT half that we're seeing from GODSENT at the moment. So we'll have to wait for that though, because we are into the last round of the first half. Double snipers continue. We see some shortcomings of Envy. Double Galil and Kishima on a Desert Eagle. Again, another pop flash into main. Some tagging towards B to stop Envy from doing any fast shenanigans. So look at this. We've got GODSENT absolutely everywhere. No respect being shown. Even smoking off the T, the spawn entrance.
It's like someone broke into your house and nailed the door shut, James.
Squatters. Holding an exhibition. Oh, an accidental jump there. Presumably another mouse issue for someone. And that will be costly. 3 versus 2 now. And Envy can re-exit T-spawn. Kishima towards the Ivy position. There are guns to collect. He's still only on a deagle. So let's see what can happen here. CT's looking towards Ivy. Brolan on the stop sign. And then one towards B. There's Haji taking Brolan out, but Haji won't last very long. Kishima's got a bomb. And he has an opportunity now, because this is awkward for GODSENT. Most places, they cover one angle and they're exposed to another. So you can see Twist has to go passive. They have to guess. They have to play post-plant, essentially. Double sniper rifle retake. That will be very, very curious indeed. Kishima just checking around the train, making sure nobody's there. And he'll go for the back plant. Let's see the approach of GODSENT. Is an AK picked up? No! Twist will just immediately take Kishima out for an 11-4 half-time score.
He's just too aware to make the game exciting. Easy frags, strong half, very, very strong. I mean, really, if we look at this, there was only one round won. That was a full buy from ENVYUS. Apart from that, it was straight dominant performance. And towards the end of the half, 5 rounds in a row, not even a bomb got planted. So it's a sad state of affairs. Sorry, state of affairs.
You what to mate?
Sad state of affairs.
Yes,
sorry.
A sad state of affairs. Your affairs are not in order. I must spend time at my bureau and take care of my affairs. Four players moving towards the IV position. It is a conga line, and Kishima doesn't want a party. Falling back. Can try to duel with Haji, but the teeth are all over the place. They are swarming like bees. However, they are not really winning the duels at the moment. Screamer's made his way into Pop Dog, which means bomb's not going to get planted anytime soon. Brolan and Freddy B remain. They really don't want to lose this pistol round. Envy really wants to win this pistol round. Haji was low off anyway. There goes Scream as well. And all of a sudden it turns around just like that. Almost a twist. 12-4 for GODSENT.
They're really just holding their own, right? Everybody's just on an individual basis, fragging out 1 and 2 kills in the 2v3. No help from each other, no teamwork necessary. P90 buy from Hampus. This would tilt me if I saw this coming around the corner, if I'm honest.
12-4. Ooh, yes. As you mentioned, the P90. I actually love the P90. I love it because it has the Death Bike. Is it Death Bike Kitty? Skin.
The pink and white one.
It's just very appropriate for the kind of gun and the style in which it is used. Like this, just running and gunning. Get a drill going, baby. Well, didn't really go as well as it could. Maybe some inexperience there. Freddy B now, the last one standing. So maybe some overconfidence. And now the P90 purchase looks somewhat ostentatious. Although these players are, well, they're all 3 of them are in the red. Freddy, though, needs to collect the bomb. He's got over a minute with which to do it. But once, I'm sure the CTs have seen it by now, that is the golden prize. And Envy are right back into this. This could easily mean a comeback now.
It could. I mean, they've also picked up the P90, so...
Take it to B.
Exactly. Could do that. There's the counter Counter force up. They spent all their money. Some people. Twist hasn't decided what he wants to do. Deagle armor. Deagle armor it is. Even though the choke points are tight on this map, there's a lot of opening frags to be had with the Deagle, it feels like. Especially if someone decides to push. Keo with the aggressive Molotov denies any peek. And there it is. Brawlin. The insane shot down to camera.
Not over yet. This battle, this fight for supremacy, for control. Awkward duels. One would have been fine, but two, not so much. Scream to try and clean things up here. Now he has to wonder if he's being baited. Immediately checks his 6, but he runs out of bullets. What is going on? M4 collected by Disco Dopplan. Twist with the FAMAS, the French gun versus the French team. RPK there with a P90 may be the saving grace.
Will the P90 save the day?
So much time on the clock for him. Well, for everyone. The T's will bunch together. Grenade would be nice, but there is no grenade on their persons for the time being. Happy baiting his teammate, but also covering him from the left. But it's a good kind of bait. And now he shows up, pops back in again. Dopplan.
Oh.
Flashbang to try and bait, but I think they've realized where he is. And crisis averted for Team Envy. So maybe now take a few breaths as GODSENT are sent to Eco Town.
Close call. Close call. Nearly a 3v5. It actually was there, yeah, for a second. So maybe you could say GODSENT should have definitely sealed that up. But they have at least forced the full 5 M4 buys. Cut noise, but can't jump over that quietly.
RPK doing his usual, keeping an eye just in case. And these teams might try to punish the reload, and they're going to have to try and punish something because the bomb just fell down there, just slipped down. Not what they wanted, but not something you can really control that much. I remember the addition to the game where rather than just fall to the floor, the bomb would fall forwards at like a 45-degree angle. So you always have to be careful that you are on the back wall, moving up cat on Dust 2. Otherwise, it would fall into CT spawn.
That still happens, right?
Yeah, it is by design.
Bomb physics. Lol. Still a big lead. Still a big lead for GODSENT. I wouldn't be sweating quite yet. No op for Envy, nowhere near enough money to try to do that. AKs on M4s. GODSENT made it tricky on all 3 of these. They actually won the pistol. That's right. They ended up getting ecoed. So who knows? Maybe Envy feel very confident on their CT side. Disco here to hold the triple push. How many will he get? And will they continue? Oh, that's a call out and a half.
That is juicy. Look at the instant rotation, a 4-man investment towards the B bomb site, and very little to no reaction from GODSENT. Again, both these T sides playing it slow. What is the wait for then? 2 and Ivy starting to move up, and 2 emerging slowly from main. Well-timed Molotov from Haji, but it'll get taken down from elsewhere. And now the thing may start to pick up 4 and 4. Sub-minute mark indeed. Everything starts to charge up. Scream is being taken down elsewhere. And Kishima towards camera has gone as well. It's Happy suddenly in the red. And a full health RPK. 2 versus 4. How does Happy escape the situation? Trying to avoid the spray.
Well, that was a 10 out of 10 dismount. After losing that first kill, getting called out completely. The giant gamble stack inside somehow. GODSENT delayed it, took outside. Planted the bomb, didn't lose a single player, only about 10 points of damage. But I guess that's the risk that you take when you don't go for forward aggressive A control early on. Looks like RPK won't even be able to save his gun. Happy as well. He's got a nice off angle inside the waiting room.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Ding. Or just a ding. There's some dongs in there somewhere. 13 rounds for GODSENT. Taking Envy to church. For the time being. This is a bad situation now for Envy on pistols. After winning round 2 in the second half. Opportunity knocked for Envy, but these rounds have been a struggle for both sides. But GODSENT had the lead to build on. Or to build upon.
I like them. I like them both.
I like upon. Build upon, if you will. Sir or madam. I've seen a few grenades in this round so far. Happy has the last high explosive grenade on the server right now. Kishima looking for some cute digs, some tight angles, opportunist headshots. But GODSENT will just tire them out.
What's the course of action? It's the anti-eco, but honestly, Envy looked very well positioned at the moment. They've got the main twist. Is he fully aware? Haji backs up and catches him on the fadeaway. Hits him with the Iverson.
Ever so slowly. That is such a tight frag from Brolan. Tight peek from Kiyashima, but he shows too much. Main still a problem. Still two GODSENT players sitting outside main with the bomb. So what is their play? Heading into main now. They'll take Haji down. Got to be careful though, because Scream is in the pop dog and Happy's in Ivy. So the sight is cut in half in all the wrong ways for this bomb to get planted. 19 seconds on the clock and Brolan's just waiting. Brolan is everywhere. That leaves Scream towards B. So a very slow round, which kind of makes you nervous if you are a GODSENT fan watching that. Because you never know quite when the round's going to be secured, but they get there. And they now will have double the score of their opponents.
As they wipe the sweat off their foreheads, they look forward to potentially one more rifle round before NB have to call this day a wrap. It's going to be a write-off for them. A couple of big wins for GODSENT if they take this 2-0. Brand new to ECS. Is this their first? They just qualified for this season, or they were here for last season? Oh no, it's Gambit and GODSENT.
Yes.
Their first season, right? Fresh face killers. I like this response. When things aren't working out well, Op's can alleviate a lot of stress, a lot of thinking. Just let him sit and hold.
Freddy B
Ooh.
jumps out, but he's facing main, which is cool because he can see if somebody's going fast to pop dog. But even though he didn't see anybody, they're fast to pop dog anyway. And Twist is fast on the AWP, so that's one of two taken away immediately.
This is insanely strong because now he can activate that lurk. Twist even gets another kill. Jeez, it's all falling apart already. At least Happy finds one, but he's kind of locked into his position. There is one in ladder, however, and I don't think they spotted this E-bomb cross. Kind of came down to Haji. Could have made it a 2v2, but gotta think they're happy to at least get that one frag.
That looked like some Cirque du Soleil nonsense. One guy jumping one way, crouch peek the other way, and now Happy is alone. He's got time. He has no kit, but he has time. Can he get one frag? I think he missed a trajectory there. Blinded by the second one, and he's out in the open. And now his eyes have been closed. Match point for GODSENT.
Should have picked GODSENT, James.
Me or you?
Both, I guess.
Randy. Definitely American name.
No, it's
maybe it's Randy Orton.
Maybe it's the thing that Austin Powers says.
I suppose it could be that as well.
Which would make it a UK name.
Pistols for the Envy side, along with the scout of Haji. Freddy B hears the footsteps Sees the head, perhaps. Oh dear. 4x3 maybe, I don't know. Just eyes focused in the middle of the screen. So, what can Kiyoshima do with this? 12 HP, does he dare peek? He has to use it in timely fashion. The pre-fire is great for Doppland. He wasn't even a low health player, but Broland with another ridiculous shot. 2 on 3. This scout may be very dangerous during the remainder of this round. Twist with 47 HP. Broland with another angle. Happy doing 2 jobs at once, but looking the right way at the right time. Smoke is down, he'll collect the weapon. Twist, considering the Molotov, but doesn't want to reveal his position. Won't be guaranteed to kill. And after all, he has an AWP, but he is exposed. Molotov's out once again, somehow avoiding it. 1 on 3. Things will only get worse, and Pop-Dog player isn't coming, and there's RPK to do the job.
Looked like that fire finally caught on to Happy in the corner. Looks like he hoped and prayed. That'll be, you know, I'm not worried for them. Obviously, they've got so many rounds. I mean, I wouldn't be worried if I were them, I should say. Did expect Envy to take this map after all. Haji's gone for the scout. Strange time to do it, but I guess they were just really broke. Fast inner control. It's taken. They hear a Mac 10 RPK, might be confused by that. What other guns might they have? And there's one of them. Extremely sharp AK. It's also created some room for Haji upstairs. Or Freddy, excuse me, running across upper B.
Happy doing 0 damage on that shot. Too many objects. Don't drop the bomb on the floor. Very good stuff. If somebody's in Pop-Dog, they hear the bomb. Sometimes you can drop a rifle and it sounds the same as a bomb, so people don't know. Olaf Meister is one of the few players who does that.
Does what?
Drops a weapon on the floor to suggest they're dropping the bomb on the floor.
Oh, that's a great, yeah, that's a great thing. You can do that on Mirage, because people are always standing on Cat when they think you drop something in upper B. They assume it was a mistake.
Here comes the charge. Guess who? It's Broland with another headshot, this time onto Scream. 4 versus 3. Happy Molotov's away and holds the AWP there just in case, but very, very quick flurry of kills, and GODSENT will be taking this one 16-8 over the likes of Envy.
Very decisive performance from GODSENT. I mean, I feel like I have